Hello everyone, welcome to Only Good podcast. We have been into the world of carbon footprint for 2 years now, and we are starting a new journey on this platform. Join us here as we explore the critical topic, its impact, and how we are taking steps towards a greener future. I am Simran, and I will be your host on this informative journey. Today we have two special guests, Mr. Vivek Mehra and Mr. Rajeev Sinha, the two co-founders of Onlygood company. Before we dive into the discussion, let's take a moment to introduce ourselves. Let's start by you, Mr. Rajeev, sir.
Yeah, hi Simran. So I started my journey as an engineer and conforming to the societal norms. And after engineering, I did an MBA and worked with a couple of good organizations like PwC and IBM, and primarily working as consultant, doing global rollouts and implementations on SAP and others. So that was like first phase of my life where I was in the eyes of my parents, could do the right thing as per their norms. Then in 2010, I thought, let me start something, let me do something for myself. So that was the time when I moved out. I was at the peak of my career, left that, and then started my own venture. It was into e-commerce, and we did pretty well. We launched a brand called Vanka Fashions, and we became among the top players in India. But then I also realized that with success comes other problems. So I saw that fashion industry and garment was leading into a lot of non-sustainable means. Number of garments that were being dumped was massive, and then I realized that almost every second there was a truckload that was going for landfill. So thought that let me do something for society, something that I wanted to work on, and that was the time when I started working on sustainability, doing some tree plantations, working with society, started an NGO for students, and 4 years back got into a pure tech platform which was into sustainability.
Mr. Vivek, sir.
My background is technology and design. I spent a large part of my career in the US with things like digital transformation, IT strategy, building large scale systems and architectures, data analytics. And then I've been in India the last few years working with emerging technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, and also the Internet of Things.
So, when did you start this journey?
So the last 4 years, Rajiv and I have been working on the technology platform we call Onlygood, and the objective was how to get away from a qualitative measure of sustainability to more of a practical data-based carbon monitoring. And we last year we incorporated a company called Onlygood to specifically focus on carbon emissions reduction.
So when I thought about moving into or starting my own venture, so the idea was to go on a larger platform, not only to impact my or society life. I wanted to touch lives of millions and billions of people. I wanted to go beyond the boundaries of our nation or our place. So I did a lot of research and then realized that something where we could touch or we could impact lives of people through some means which could be easily understandable, data driven, and that's when carbon footprint and carbon accounting came as a standard platform. So we looked into water, waste, energy, air, different types of pollutions, and everything was getting connected through carbon. So that is how we realized that we will start something where which can be measured, and once it is measured, it can be improved upon. And
Why the name Onlygood? And what is the significance of the colors that are present in the logo?
so that's a beautiful question, and we pondered over this for very long, and we wanted to create a name which will stick with people. We also wanted to spread goodness with everything that we were doing. So goodness and being good with everything, with nature, with earth. So only good came as a name which was very striking for us. And among that Goodness, if you see, there are two O's which we worked on as our logo, and it has got three circles. There's a green circle, there is a blue circle, and there is a uh, planetarium circle which is surrounded by a yellow, that is the sun. So green represents our Mother Earth. It gives pious, it gives peace. Blue is something which is about wisdom. It's about water that we have, and yellow is all about sun that is there, and it represents the brightness, confidence. So everything in totality represents our Earth, our ecosystem, our solar system, at the same time giving a very symbolic meaning for each of these.
What difficulties did you face in your journey till now?
See, sustainability has been such a buzzword for a long time. Even in India, we've been talking about it for years. And oftentimes, what happens is the narrative becomes very qualitative, and the challenge that we have is to move the mindset of businesses from more of a qualitative nature to more of a quantitative, data-backed analysis of a company's sustainability initiatives, which boils down to essentially the carbon footprint. Whether you're recycling or using renewables, if you're not reducing the carbon footprint, you are not impacting climate change. So for us, educating the client on what really sustainability means and what is impact on the ground, and how to balance growth with sustainability, that has been a key challenge.
Well, this was an enlightening session. Our understanding of Only Good has expanded significantly today. It's time to wrap up for now, but mark your calendars because we'll be back every Friday, delving into diverse environmental topics. Stay tuned for more insightful discussions.